I'm Rodrigo, and I'm from Saxby Hall, North Carolina.
I'm Brenna, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina.
And I'm Josh. I'm from Wilson, North Carolina.
Yeah. What are y'all majors?
I am an art major with concentration in printmaking.
Also an art major with a concentration in printmaking.
And I'm concentrating in printmaking.
Okay. Tell me about this project y'all doing with Art Avenue.
So basically, we're trying to raise money for them and for us. We're trying to go to a conference in San Francisco called SGCI. And what we're doing is doing a printmaking demonstration, mostly screen printing. And that is what it is this year. Last year we did some relief printing, but I think it's easier to do screen printing this year.
There's gonna be like a lot of stuff on the wall showing like a lot of different techniques, but as far as like on the site demonstration, we're just doing screen printing. Because you can kind of do that everywhere, and it's like pretty urban. It's getting like super popular now, so a lot of people are starting to jump in on it. I mean, we can get like all the materials you need and do it at your house, really, if you need to. So it's kind of cool.
And you don't really even need an exposing unit.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people use the sun to expose their images to the screen.
It's pretty great.
Now, this is the second annual Prince Charming. How did that come about?
Well, basically, Claire approached the graduate student Michael Smoot last year, and we set everything up, and he helped us get this, started up. And she approached us this year, and we're trying to do this every year now to help raise some money for, both groups.
Yeah. Last year we were like completely blown away with how many people came in and like took part, and we were printing T-shirts and just out the door. There were so many people. It was crowded. It was packed, and we're hoping to get that kind of turnout again this year.
Okay, so Prince Charming, what kind of techniques are y'all planning to do? Because of course it's printmaking, but how many techniques are y'all planning on using within printmaking?
All right, so there is the most basic, I think, which is relief, which is linoleum, wood cuts, and you can do engravings, relief. But then there's also etching, which is engraving, etched line, what's the other ones? Mezzotint. And then there's also lithography, which is kind of like reproducing a graphite pencil drawing. And you can also do photolitho with that, which is similar to screen printing. And then there's screen printing, and what else is there?
There's like 1,000 different ways. People have been doing this stuff for years.
Yeah, you can modify everything to kind of customize it, make it unique to yourself, your style.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to categorize everything.
Yeah. I mean, people like all over the world do it. So you have like traditional like Japanese style of like wood blocks, and then you go to like Germany, and they're doing all kinds of engravings and etchings and all that stuff. And then you can come like to over here, and like I think it isn't over here where we got screen print like kind of big. Just start big over here. Is that right? You can kill that out because I don't think that's right. But I mean, yeah, it's like a worldwide thing. So it's not like this is a small department in the art building. It's like a huge traditional hands, like making no computers, no technology.
Yeah, that's my hand.
Yeah, everyth's in my hand.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, mostly now though, screen printing is getting big in
That's true.
digital
Yeah.
technology. It's getting a lot of use with Photoshop and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as lithography, there's a bunch of different ways people can do it. Which you can draw on it, you can paint on it, you can make a black square then scratch out. So it's kind of hard to categorize lithography.
Mhm.
Stefan and I were talking about it last night, actually, and we were saying it's just really cool because different professors coming in here teaching us different ways to do things, and you're really taught kind of a black and white way to do it, but then when you really understand the process, it's all about like finding your own way that works for you, that's gonna make it work. There's really so many different ways to do everything. There's really not a black and white way to do anything like you're taught initially. So it's all about just kind of finding your own way to do things.
Mhm.
And then once you figure everything out, you can start mixing and matching different techniques. Like I've been doing lithography and woodcuts, and I know some people do like screen printing and lithography together. So it's really customizable.
And once you get into it, you gotta you gotta love it because it's patience, it's meticulous, just little stuff. I mean, when it comes down to it, like every single, like if you're doing like a big woodcut, every single line matters. Like if you mess up one area, it's obvious. And I mean, like critiques, like if we see something, then we try to like call it out. But it's, you have to like love it, you know? You can't come down here and think you're gonna get done in like an hour or something. I mean, we're here every night, late, drinking coffee, drinking energy drinks, trying to stay awake.
Sometimes we don't leave. You know,
Yeah.
if we have to get
15-hour
something
days.
finished, if we have to get something finished, we'll be here all night if we have to.
We got a green couch. That's outside. We take naps on, set an alarm at 8 o'clock, sleep until critique, come in, keep working.
I mean, if you come in here like on a snow day,
Yeah.
you'll come in here. There will be 6 people in here working
Yeah.
at the same time. So yeah, we're just constantly here trying to make stuff.
And we all try to help each other too. So like if we're here and we have a question about something, or you know, how do you feel about if I put this here?
Yeah.
Or, what do you think I should do here? And or like I forgot how to do this. What do I do? And we can all like pitch in and help everybody
Feed
out.
off of each other.
Yeah.
And Ben's always here too, one of our
Yeah.
professors. It's nice having him around outside of class because any sort of question we would have, if normally a professor wouldn't be there, but he's here too.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that around.
Yeah,
That
it
dude-
also motivates us because
Yeah.
he's always here working, so it
He's always doing his own work as well.
kind of makes us feel bad when we're not here and he's here all day.
Yeah.
So
So that dude is beyond amazing. But if you have a problem about litho or screen printing or pretty much anything, he can answer it in like 2 seconds. I mean, if it's like not in the book, like he'll know how to like do it. It's amazing like how much
Yeah.
stuff he knows.
Smoot was the same way too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Smoot.
Yeah. Shout out to Smoot for sure.
Okay. So I know doing color printmaking is going to be tough. Are y'all plan on doing that there too?
I think we're only doing black and white this year.
Yeah. Last year I think we did like a couple colors maybe, but this year just to keep because we had so many people, you know, so we can't have 30 minutes to do a 8-layer whatever.
People being picky about
yeah,
what colors they
right.
want, and
So it's easier to like, hey, we got black, so take it or leave it.
Yeah,
No.
what image do you want? It's
Yeah.
easier.
Right. And so it's just faster just to do straight black.
But they did order different color shirts, so
Yeah, that's true.
that's about it.
It's
with
nice
color.
shirts too, dude.
Yeah.
So, like,
But I mean, we are having colorful prints up for sale
Yeah.
because that's much easier to do in the studio than on site.
mhm.
Now, what do y'all plan on doing with printmaking when y'all graduate?
Well, I've been working with some artists, I guess mostly hip hop artists, based out of California, like from Sacramento and Los Angeles. Then I've also been working with one guy in Chicago and one guy in Wisconsin, from Madison, I think. And basically I just try to make them art, whether it's album art or stickers or t-shirts. So that's what I hope to do with my degree.
Yeah, same with me. I mean, as long as it's printmaking, I really don't care. I mean, I want to like not be hungry and sleep outside if that's at all like possible.
Possible.
Yeah. But I mean, I would love doing stuff like making album covers or working on like comic books and I mean whatever. Because I feel like a lot today everything's like going to computer, and it's like every time you see something, it's like, oh, if you have skills in Photoshop, or if you have skills in illustration. Because I got skills in life. I mean, I can like draw with my hands. Like it's
yeah, people are losing
Yeah.
that
It's
by
almost like-
hand traditional way. It's going away.
yeah.
And printmaking really keeps that going.
And it's like just a different feel. I mean, you see something. I'm scrolling through Tumblr and I see something that says like a print or whatever. You read about it, and then you find out that it's like a print out of like a printer, and it's just like a computer
It's a
drawing.
letdown.
Yeah, it's like that's not a print really. I mean, that's kind
I
of
guess technically it
yeah,
is, but
yeah. But it's like not by hand. So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, that's not whatever. But
yeah, I think
I'm not trying to
some
diss
of us.
anybody.
I think some of us are kind of trying to get together to maybe open up a print shop or
Yeah.
something. Do something collaborative after school because we know it's going to be tough. There's not really a lot of jobs out there, so we could all kind of put forth some effort and make something, build something together. I think it'd be really nice and would help out.
Like Will, he's got the idea to. It's this crazy idea to take a bus and combine like different rooms in it and put like a print studio in a bus and just travel around printing T-shirts or printing whatever, art festivals,
Yeah, music festivals.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, it could work. Like we talked about it and look at the, like exploded views of buses and all that stuff. And I mean, we could do it easy.
It just
It's
takes
a-
some organization.
Yeah, and
And
just
some
like
effort.
commitment. You know, I mean, you
Mhm.
can't get halfway across America and be like, yeah, I don't really want to do this anymore.
Mhm.
So
And
you're-
then Joe, he graduated last semester. He's got a house in Virginia, big unfinished basement that we could easily finish and turn into a studio, and just to have a space to work for a while, a place to stay, kind of get on our feet. That would be nice if
Yeah.
that worked out.
Even if it's here in Greenville for a little while to start
Mhm.
off, Claire's been talking about maybe having some kind of, what's the word she used? Some kind of, not appearance, what she said. Some kind of, I don't know. But yeah, Claire's been talking about us putting work in the gallery, so that way they can
Oh, yeah.
kind of represent us, you know?
Yeah,
And,
have like a permanent carry of like all of our stuff.
mhm.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that would help out a lot. I'd like to move up eventually, you know,
Mhm.
get out of Greenville.
Yeah.
But it's a good starting point, I think.
California.
And this, SGC thing is gonna be a big
Oh,
part
yeah.
of that too.
Yeah.
It's all about networking and,
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a printmaker, you're gonna be there.
yeah, you gotta know printmakers.
And it's in San Francisco, so, I mean, like, what else?
it's not a small thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. The whole city, I guess it's a city, right? San Francisco, the city?
Mhm.
All right, edit that out. I didn't know if it was like the Bay Area or whatever, but, I mean, the whole city shuts down, and I guess it was really shut down, but it just like quits doing normal life and like kicks into printmaking mode, which is normal life really for us. But
So, yeah, SGC, I mean, I think we gotta talk about SGC. It's a kind of a
Yeah.
big thing. We go there and we're gonna meet all these artists, learn from all these artists that are doing their own thing.
learning,
And, yeah,
half the battle.
yeah. So hopefully we can meet somebody that will give us some kind of opportunity, whether it's grad school, you know, some kind of show or employment. And so, yeah, that's why we're going and making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, what's that saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know, or whatever. So
It's
hopefully,
true.
hopefully we get to know a lot of people.
Thank you.
All right, well, this is lithography, and you start off, the very first step is grading your stone down so it's perfectly level and flat. And you can see these stones over here, they've got the old images on them. You want to grind the image off as well. And this is just so you don't break the stone whenever you run it through the press, and so it prints evenly overall. But you just start by flooding it with water. We've got the levigator here. And you'll move through different grits. You'll start with like an 80 and go down to a 220 until it's like nice and soft. Sprinkle that on there. And you'll just do that a couple times. Once you think you've gotten a nice, smooth, no scratches, you kind of squeeze everything off, dry it off completely and make sure there's no scratches or anything like that. And then you can make it level. Get a little leveler. Kind of check it out, look down here and see if there's a little dip in the stone. If there is, keep going. If there's not, then you can start moving down to your softer grits. And eventually it'll be perfectly smooth and ready to draw on. That's it.
Go.
Alright, so relief is basically cutting out of a piece of linoleum or wood. This right here is linoleum, which is what I think a lot of kitchen floors are tiled with. Well, we use this oil-based ink and we spread it on the slab. And then we roll it up with a brayer or roller. And you can tell when the ink's ready by the sound. really nice. That right there's about good. And all I really do is roll up the block a few times. And then I'm ready to print. So that's relief. Alright, come out to Prince Charming on February 14th
Yeah.
from 6 to 9.
Be there, be square.
We'll have shirts for sale, $15 or $10 if you bring your own.
Just bring your own BYOS.
Bring your own shirt. So R Avenue, downtown, Greenville, North Carolina.
This is a frog.
We'll be selling prints too and exhibiting student work. And this is a fundraiser, so come support your fellow pirates.
All right, thanks.